All right, everybody, let's jump right in. I mean, we're all excited about the X-Men coming to the MCU, right?
Absolutely.
Feels like forever we've been waiting.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, Kevin Feige, he's been saying some interesting stuff lately.
Yes.
And you sent over a bunch of articles, fan theories, all this stuff. And it's really looking like Avengers. Secret Wars could be that moment we've been waiting for.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is how Marvel's really playing this long game here.
Yeah.
They've, Feige in one of these interviews, he doesn't just say the X-Men are important to the future. He actually connects them to Secret Wars.
Yeah.
It's not an accident.
Right.
It's a plan.
Yeah, that quote really stood out to me too.
Yeah.
But Secret Wars not till 2027.
Right.
Which means maybe X-Men 2028.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a long time.
It is.
But I did notice 2028, 3 untitled Marvel movies.
Sure, and I think it makes sense, to let the multiverse saga breathe a little bit. I mean, it's going to be huge.
It is.
You don't want to just dump a whole new set of characters and storylines.
Right.
Gotta give it some space.
I gotcha.
And it gives them time to get it right.
Yeah, that makes sense. But part of me is hoping for a little sneak peek.
Sure.
Maybe a little something before then.
A little tease.
Like all the rumors about Deadpool and Wolverine showing up earlier.
Right.
Maybe Doomsday.
Maybe.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds, he's not saying anything.
He's so cagey.
It just makes it more exciting.
It does.
And one of the articles you sent, I thought made a really good point.
Okay.
Rushing, it could be a disaster.
Oh, for sure.
It could really backfire.
Yeah, you don't want to shoehorn them in.
Exactly.
Gotta let them have their moment.
Yeah, when the time is right.
Exactly. And speaking of timing, some of these fan theories you sent me are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Really creative.
I love the fan theories. It's so fun to see what people are coming up with.
Oh, totally. And some of them are out there, but then others you're like, huh.
Yeah.
Maybe that could actually work.
That's so true.
So one that I thought was really interesting is that they introduce mutants as a direct result of Secret Wars.
Okay.
Like the fabric of reality gets all messed up, and boom, mutations.
I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Like a cosmic reset button.
Exactly.
Mutants haven't been a thing because it wasn't possible, but then Secret Wars happens and suddenly, bam, powers everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a huge kind of dramatic way to introduce them and plays into the whole massive scale Secret Wars. And think about it, instant conflict.
Oh, totally.
Governments freaking out, people scared.
Yeah.
I mean, the X-Men would be right in the middle of it all.
That's a great way to get everyone's attention.
Totally.
And it really plays into those classic X-Men themes.
Oh, yeah.
Prejudice, fear, the struggle for acceptance.
Inside, it's all amplified because now mutants are popping up everywhere.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, and it would set up so many storylines.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
One of the articles you sent mentioned the Mutant Registration Act. It's huge in the comics.
Right.
And imagine that in the MCU with the Sokovia Accords already there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, would that apply to mutants too?
Exactly.
Or would there be a separate set of laws just for them?
I mean, who knows? But it's a whole legal and political can of worms.
Absolutely.
And then think about the social impact.
Oh, yeah.
The debates, the protests, people against mutants.
Yeah.
We could see the MCU dealing with real-world issues of discrimination and intolerance.
Yeah, that's what always gets me about the X-Men.
Me too.
They're not just about the powers.
Right.
It's something deeper,
Right.
It reflects our own world.
Exactly.
Makes you think.
Yeah, and the MCU, they've shown they're willing to deal with tough topics.
They have.
I think they could do it well.
Yeah, definitely. But what about those theories where mutants have always been there,
Oh, yeah.
but they've been, hidden or dormant?
Right.
I always kind of like that idea.
I do too.
Yeah.
So maybe something in Secret Wars triggers a global awakening? All of a sudden, powers start popping up.
Right.
You could have characters we know already.
Yeah.
Suddenly they have powers.
Right.
Or just everyday people having to deal with these changes.
It'd be so cool.
Right? You could sprinkle in that mystery.
Totally.
Build up the suspense.
Yeah, and the drama.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine, a character we think we know.
Right.
But boom, they're a mutant.
And they're like, what do I do now?
Exactly.
Yeah. And it allows for a slower introduction of mutants, too.
Oh, okay.
Instead of just all at once, you have these little groups forming.
Right.
Seeing how the world reacts.
Like testing the waters.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm into the slow burn.
Right.
But we got to talk about Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, the wild card.
He's already in the Fox X-Men universe.
He is.
And he breaks the fourth wall.
Right.
He could just slide right into the MCU.
Totally.
No problem.
Deadpool. He's a force of chaos.
He is.
Imagine him in a post-credit scene making fun of the Avengers.
Oh my gosh.
Or the whole multiverse thing.
I'm already laughing.
Yeah, but he could be more than just jokes.
True.
He could be important to bringing the X-Men in.
Yeah.
Because he knows about the multiverse.
Right.
He could be the bridge between the two.
Oh, that's a good point.
And his healing factor.
Oh, yeah, that's super useful.
Huge asset.
Yeah, when the world's always in danger.
Right.
Okay, I love that idea. But what about that theory about the X-Men and the Eternals?
Oh, yeah.
The celestial seed.
Yeah.
It seemed kind of crazy at first,
It did.
but also really cool.
It ties into some really deep lore.
Yeah.
Remember the Eternals?
Mhm.
Earth has a celestial seed inside.
Yeah.
Gonna birth a new celestial.
Yeah.
What if that birth causes mutations?
Whoa.
Like a massive evolutionary shift, a
Yeah.
cosmic event that changes everything.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Are mutants the next step in evolution?
Right?
Are they a threat? Are they a gift?
That's deep.
It is.
I'm loving this.
Yeah.
It's like classic X-Men, you know?
Yeah.
Makes you think about big ideas.
It makes you question everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why they fit so well in the MCU.
Yeah.
Bring something new.
Totally.
A new perspective,
Yeah.
a whole new layer.
So we've talked about how they might show up,
Right.
but I'm thinking like, why are they so important? Like, what do they bring to the MCU that's new?
Well, that's what's really exciting.
Yeah.
They're not just another superhero team.
Right.
They bring a whole different kind of story.
Yeah.
Like, we've been talking about all this stuff with prejudice and how society changes and,
Right.
like, what does it even mean to be human?
Right. Those themes have always been at the core of the X-Men.
Absolutely. It's not just punching bad guys.
Right.
It's about fighting for acceptance. You
Yeah.
know, understanding basic rights.
Yeah, and I feel like bringing those ideas into the MCU
Yeah.
could be really powerful.
Oh, for sure.
Like we've seen them touch on politics with the Sokovia Accords and stuff,
Mhm.
but the X-Men would take it to a whole other level. I wonder how the world would react.
Yeah.
Like, would it be the same as with the enhanced people
Right.
after the Accords, or would it be totally different for mutants?
Such a good question. And then you start thinking,
Yeah.
would they have to register their powers?
Right.
Would there be special mutant prisons?
Oh, wow.
Would some countries be more welcoming than others?
Oh my gosh, the possibilities.
Right. So much potential for conflict and drama.
And then there's all the classic X-Men stories they could adapt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, imagine the Mutant Registration Act in the MCU.
that would be amazing.
All those moral dilemmas.
Oh, man.
The debates.
And think about the characters.
Yeah.
Like, who would side with who?
Yeah.
Would Captain Marvel be on their side?
Yeah.
She's all about protecting people.
Mm-hmm.
Would Doctor Strange stay neutral?
Ooh, good point.
You know, he's kind of got that big picture perspective.
Yeah, I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Right.
And then there's the conflicts within the X-Men themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Professor X versus Magneto.
One of the best rivalries ever.
It is.
That could be a whole saga in itself.
Right. Multiple movies.
Let's
Even
see.
Magneto's anger is understandable,
It is.
but his methods are extreme.
For sure.
Professor X wants peace.
Right.
It's like a battle of ideologies,
Totally.
and it could affect the whole MCU.
Exactly. And how would the other Avengers react?
Yeah.
Would they try to get in the middle?
Right.
Would they take sides?
So many possibilities.
And we haven't even talked about the individual X-Men.
Right, like Wolverine and Storm.
Yeah, Wolverine's past, Storm's leadership.
Cyclops with all that responsibility.
Each of them has a story that could be told.
I would love to see a Wolverine Captain America team up.
Oh, man.
That would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
Like gritty, action-packed.
Totally.
Or what about Storm and Thor?
Oh, yeah.
Cosmic showdown.
The crossovers are endless.
They are.
And the villains,
All right.
Magneto's just the beginning. Apocalypse, Sabretooth, the Sentinels.
So many good ones.
They all represent different kinds of threats.
Yeah, different challenges for the X-Men.
It's almost too much to think about.
It is, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like the MCU is about to level up.
I think so.
Bigger and bolder than ever.
And the best part is, we have no idea what's going to happen.
I know.
We can guess all we want,
Right.
but Marvel will do what they do.
And knowing Marvel, it's going to be epic.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone listening, get ready.
Yeah,
The X-Men are coming,
they are.
and the MCU is about to get a whole lot more interesting.
You wait.
This has been an awesome deep dive.
It has.
I'm so hyped for the future.
Me too.